Hello once again and welcome to another of what I'm calling Session Zeros in this Jackass Express Presents Dungeons & Dragons, our little adventure into everybody being a noob in their position. For the sake of this, I believe we're going to start calling this campaign Disadvantaged, which I kind of like. This Session Zero is for Jeff, whose character is Blark the Barbarian. This will kind of just lead us into how Blark gets to the rest of the party. You find yourself just about arriving at the city of Waset, the capital of this region of Egypt. About a week ago, you received a letter. The parchment read as an invitation to come and duel the city's champion in combat. You've built up a little bit of a name for yourself in the region due to a recent civil war between your tribe and another tribe that was trying to invade your lands. Many tales made it across the lands of you specifically and the amazing things that you did there. And as such, you have earned the right to come and duel their champion. As you read the letter, you considered not going at all. At that particular time, you weren't terribly interested in anything more than rest, a good drink, the company of women or men, and you were about to throw it out until the very bottom of the page caught your eye, and they were offering a purse to the winner of 10,000 gold pieces. You justified in your mind that being the fighter you are, never one to back down from a fight, or rather being the first one to run to a fight, you decide to pack your belongings and head for the capital. So after a bit of travel, you arrive at the city. You're greeted with the sight of massive sandstone and marble buildings in various shapes and sizes that riddle the landscape. Great marble temple at the city of the center of the city, devoted to the god Amun. Paintings of various scenes from divine stories line the walls. There's various smaller dedications to other deities painted on the outside of the building as well, and as some of the favored pharaohs throughout time also take a place on this wall. As you walk further into the city, you're met with a cacophonous sound of just a city teeming with life. There's children running, playing, screaming. You can hear the smiths hammering. You can hear blowers and fans from glazers' benches of the porcelain and glass blowers. Merchants are trying to lure shoppers into a deal. Priests are belting out prayers along the streets. You are firmly intent on heading towards the tournament grounds, or fighting ring as they would call it here, I suppose. But you have probably about an hour or so before you're meant to go in and fight, so I'll leave it to you. What would you like to do?
Why don't I go find some place to drink? Get myself ready for the fight.
Okay. So about 5 minutes up the road, on your left, just down a narrow alley, you catch a sign of the Lonely Scarab, nestled off the side of the road. It's quaint. It has a certain charm that you didn't expect to find in a city this large, but nonetheless, you found it. So you walk through the front door. You're immediately greeted with the smell of a little bit of incense, but mostly overpowered by just musty ale and God knows whatever else was spilt all over these floors and not cleaned up properly. As you walk in, on your right-hand side, there's a long wooden bar. It's flanked with, it's got all sorts of beer steins and ale mugs and wine glasses and jugs of ale set out for the servers to be able to just come by and pick up and refill everybody's drinks. Behind the bar is a medium-sized, portly human figure, balding on top, but long hair on the sides and the back. As you approach the bar, you're greeted by this gentleman. Greetings. Hello.
I demand a jug of ale.
You may certainly request one, but To demand is not wise. And he grabs a jug of ale, puts it up on the bar. 2 gold.
Okay.
So you hand over the 2 gold. He hands you the amount that you asked for. Are you going to sit down somewhere, or are you just going to down it there, or?
I'm just going to drink it at the bar.
All right. Is there anything you're looking for, or are you just looking to pass time?
I'm just passing time. So I imagine I'm glowering at everybody in the tavern.
All right. So as you sit there leaned against the bar, swigging down your ale, you notice the barmaid keeps coming up beside you and dropping off empty mugs and empty plates and setting them down for wash later. And she also a human figure. She's average height for a woman, 5'5", 5'6", let's say. Very thin build, long, scraggly blonde hair. Looks like she hasn't bathed in a while or has been working very, very hard and sweating profusely. And she turns to you. Oh, you're not from around here, are you?
Nope, not from here.
Well, welcome to the great city. I hope you're enjoying your drink.
It'll do.
All right, so she kind of gets the sense that you're not really there for idle chit-chat, and she picks up another jug of ale and continues around the bar to fill up everybody's cups. So let's say about a half an hour passes, and you're aware at this point that you should probably get going to the grounds. You've had a decent amount of ale, you're itching for a fight, and you're just raring to go.
Sounds good.
All right, so you make your way to about another 10-minute walk down the street. As you approach this section of the city, you notice that the sandstone buildings have mostly gone away, and this part of the city seems to emanate almost a glow as the blazing hot sun of the Egyptian desert beats down on the limestone-coated bright white buildings. You kind of have to shield your eyes a little bit as you walk. But you notice in amongst that, there's a very plain wooden structure, very square in nature, open roof, inside sort of. It's not a full circle like you would see in a gladiator's arena, but more of a half circle. It seems to have multiple functions. Sometimes it's an arena, sometimes it's a stage for performers, and the like. As you walk up to the front gate, you're greeted by a gruff human male, very muscular, but not compared to you, let's say. And he just stands there with his arms crossed and looks at you. Tickets, please.
I'm here to fight.
Tickets, please.
Move.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Oh, he rolled a 4. You can see the stern expression in his face slowly shift to not full-out fear, but he gauges that you're definitely not messing around and that you don't really seem to want to harm the establishment in any way, shape, or form, so he just moves to the side and allows you to pass. Go on in.
Thank you.
So you're escorted into a backroom area behind where your token is right now. Sitting in the back room, you're just told to sit down and wait. And so you do. And as you wait, you see this lovely looking gentleman in the purple robes kind of approach you quickly. Kind of gestures towards you in a half-hearted hello, but he definitely looks like he's in a hurry to get somewhere. And he rushes past you and he throws the curtain open, and you can hear him addressing the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a battle of the ages. We are here to witness a fight between our city's champion, Cord. And the crowd goes crazy cheering for Cord. Ah, yeah, ooh. And there's bookies trying to write down bets, and people are throwing gold at him around. And the challenger from a not too distant land, the one they call Blark. And with that, you make your way out. And the crowd cheers as well, though not as heartily, because most of the people in the city have heard of you and your exploits in the Civil War that took place, again, not too far from the city. Or you get the sense that they're cheering more for the fight than they are for you. They're just excited to be there and have a reason to drink and bet. Basically, this is going to be a bare-fisted brawl between you and him.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and roll initiative. So Cord rolled a higher initiative, so they are going to go first. So as you square off, the priest that's presiding over addresses the two of you. Okay, now, I want a clean fight. No hitting below the belt. No dirty tricks. No spells. And you kind of chuckle to yourself,
Okay.
knowing that you have no idea what a spell is or what magic even is. And with that, fight! Alright, so he's gonna roll. Ooh. He rolls 10. Alright, so he misses, so go ahead and roll an attack. So Cord walks right up to you, and just as a pure attempt at a show of strength, just reaches out and throws a haymaker at you, but you saw that coming a mile away and you just duck right out of the way, and now it's your turn. Okay, actually that hits, so you rolled the 1d4, we're gonna half that to 2 plus your strength, which is 4, so that's 6 damage. So you return the favor and throw a haymaker of equal ferocity back at Cord. It seems that he's momentarily distracted and it catches him right in the jaw. You can see a little bit of blood spit out across the side. He wipes his lip a little bit and gives you a smile and yes. And he's gonna roll. Wow, that is not great either. So he takes another run for you and tries to swing again, but again, you're right on top of it and just duck out of the way. No harm, no foul, so go ahead and roll another attack. The strength roll.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay, that definitely hits. So 1, you can't half a 1, but that's +4, so he takes another 5 points of damage. So again, you juke to the side and duck out of the way of his blow and return with an uppercut and nail him directly in the chin. This time you can see another spurt of blood as his head gets knocked back, and he turns to the side and spits out 2 teeth. Now, just as angry as before, he's actually going to... Yeah, he's going to step back about 5 feet and then try and charge you and grab you at the waist. So this is kind of going to be a grapple check, so I need you to make an athletics check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Good luck.
Oh, you beat him by 1. So you were clearly prepared for this fight, more so than even you thought. So as you see him take a step back, you know exactly what he's doing. And much like a modern-day bullfighter, you kind of just catch his head on the way by and step to the right and sort of push down a little bit, and he falls and face first into the dirt and takes another point of damage there. And then it is your turn. He is currently prone on the ground behind you, which means you will get advantage on your next attack.
Okay. So I'm gonna stomp on him.
Okay, go ahead and roll strength check.
Strength check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, so you'll take the 23 with the advantage. Go ahead and roll damage. As you see him fall to the ground, you just laugh to yourself, throw your head back, and your giant leg comes almost all the way up to your knee, and you thrust it down with more force than you've ever put behind anything. And he takes another. Your foot comes down right square in the solar plex, and you just hear the breath escape from him. And he doesn't appear to be getting back up. You are now the new champion of Wasset. And with that, the priest looks down. All right. The fight is over. We have a new champion. All hail Blark! You kind of just look back on the ground and chuckle to yourself and bask in the glory of the crowd cheering your name. Some people you can see in the crowd are a little bit pissed. Clearly they lost a little bit of money they had put on their champion. But nonetheless, you are the new champion here, and you are ushered back to the backstage area where the priest meets you again. This time he just hands you a letter. Follow the directions inside. You'll see me again shortly.
Okay.
Your prize will be brought to you.